This is the E-commerce Brain Trust, a podcast about building momentum online for established consumer brands. Join our hosts and their expert guests for high-level conversations about e-commerce strategies, trends, and innovations. Access our Brain Trust and boost your brand's e-commerce potential.
Hello and welcome back to the Amazon Weekly News Digest for August 28th. I'm Kiri Masters and I'm going to be diving into this week's top news. First of all, Amazon under fire on dangerous products. You no doubt have seen this news story. It's been told very widely since it was first reported by the Wall Street Journal. The Wall Street Journal conducted their own investigation into products sold on Amazon and found 4,100 of these products not to carry federally required warnings or otherwise deemed unsafe, mislabeled, etc. Furthermore, the investigation found already banned products listed for sale. And this was the concerning part of this, is that the Journal and other news outlets have reported to Amazon products that are unsafe or mislabeled, and they get taken down, but then someone's back selling those products on the site again. And the Journal story opened with the story of a young man who died because a helmet he was wearing was labeled as being approved by the Department of Transport. It wasn't. It was miscategorized in that way, and he died. So this is a serious issue and something that Amazon is going to have to respond to. By virtue of creating a very open marketplace, Amazon has allowed shady operators to flourish on the platform. It's time for them to clean up the mess and for Amazon to hold sellers more accountable for what they're selling. At the same time, as an agency working with more than 50 brands across every category, we have experienced firsthand the mayhem that occurs when Amazon runs a machine learning-led audit of products on its site in order to catch these non-compliant products. And they do this fairly frequently. Beauty products are suspended and flagged as hazardous materials, with the brand having to scramble and produce an MSDS and any other documentation Amazon requires, and in some cases causing several days of lost sales while the situation is resolved. And it's not apparent in many of those situations that the person requesting the documentation or the person receiving it and reviewing it has any idea what they're looking at. It can take a long time to get this resolved when it's just triggered by a keyword, or they're clearly going through a category and trying to clean things up. It causes big issues. Amazon likes to remove as much human intervention as possible across all of their divisions, but the cost of that goal is starting to really add up in this area. And I don't think that all problems or all marketplace policing can or should be done by machine learning. It's clearly not working. News item number 2, get ready for Black Friday. This week we saw Black Friday and Cyber Monday deals appear for sellers in Seller Central. It'll cost you a cool $1,000 to run a 7-day deal during the week of Black Friday and Cyber Monday. If you want to run a deal, the submission deadline is in a month, and all inventory must be received by the 5th of November in order to be eligible. So what does this mean for brands on Seller Central, and how do you know whether it's worth it? What you should do is review how similar promotions have performed in the past in your account, especially promotions that have run during higher volume holidays and events like Q4, Prime Day. And if you have found a significant halo effect of increased sales after the holiday, then running a deal like this, even with the price tag of $1,000, can still be worth it. So you want to be looking at past performance in order to figure out if this is going to be a worthwhile investment for you. And final news item for today, Spotted. Amazon program is funding discounts to match off Amazon deals. So spotted on one of our accounts last week by an eagle-eyed project manager at Bobsled, Amazon created a promotion on a product to mirror a buy two, get 5% off discount that was running on Target.com for the same product. So Amazon went ahead and applied the same discount on the Amazon product page, which was applied without any communication to the brand, no intervention from us. And so after investigating, we confirmed that Amazon, that this is a discount that's funded by Amazon. The brand isn't paying for it. And that these kind of discounts are offered on select products that are enrolled in the Small and Light program, which is an FBA program. So this works similarly to the discounts funded by Amazon program, which was rolled out several years ago but didn't get a whole lot of traction. And essentially, it's what it sounds like. Amazon is funding discounts on selected products in order to be competitive online. What generally happened instead of Amazon creating all of these discounts and funding them is that Amazon usually, instead of doing that, suppressed the buy box in instances where lower prices were found online. And in recent weeks, they've received a lot of blowback on that practice because it does look a little bit anti-competitive. So it's too early to say if this is a change in direction. It's only applied to some products in the Small and Light program, which is pretty small, but it could possibly be related to that PR that they're getting about buy box suppression and general anti-competitiveness. What else we're reading and listening to this week, if I can say so myself, there was a pretty good interview on the e-commerce Brain Trust podcast this week, an interview with Leo Troutwine, the acting CMO of a large supplements company. Leo has extensive e-commerce experience, and what really stood out to me in this interview is how he thinks about budgeting for innovation and exactly how they should break it down. And then the other resource I encourage you to listen to, it's another podcast, Land of the Giants. I've mentioned this before. It's a great series by Jason Del Rey at Recode. And this week's episode is called Is Amazon Too Big? And Jason speaks with a small toy seller as well as executives from Birkenstock and Samsonite about their challenges with Amazon. And I was particularly interested to hear the Birkenstock story because this is an often cited story of a brand who has had some acrimonious conversations, I guess, with Amazon and decided to completely pull out and stop selling to Amazon. So that story in particular was intriguing, and all the challenges that happened before and after that event as well. Thank you for tuning in to our weekly news digests, and I hope you have a great week. I'll catch you next week.